Good morning, class. My name is Tyler Galt. Today is December 19th, 2025, and today I'll be talking to you in Principles of Procurement about Japan and how Japan's procurement practices are similar but also a lot different from those here in the United States. I chose Japan because the United States, we've been doing deals with Japan for decades, probably almost a century, when it comes to microchips, computers, cars, any sort of manufacturing. We've been doing deals with Japan for literally decades. Japan's an extremely good example when talking about international procurement. Instead of just picking a country that the US barely works with, because especially with NVIDIA on the rise, if you have heard of that company, the microchips are absolutely taking over. So whatever company is going to be able to produce those microchips best and most efficiently is the US is going to want to work with. One of the biggest things that stands out in cultural differences is obviously Japan's culture. A big difference is their hierarchy. In Japan, age matters a lot more than it does here in the United States. Like, people in the United States usually just go to their boss or their manager when they need help or when they have a question. But in Japan, they will seek out seniority. Age matters a lot more. The decisions will take a lot longer because they'll go through like multiple people to get a grouped response, to get a grouped answer and give it back to the person. So it's probably frustrating if you're American and you haven't dealt with it before, but it is a big difference. Another difference is how uncertainty is handled. They're very unconfrontational, so conflict is a super big no-no in Japan. In Japan, people will absolutely avoid confrontation just to keep things going smoothly. So a supplier might they could say they understand what you're asking, even if they don't, and that could cause big issues. In the United States, people are a lot more direct. And if they don't like you or if they don't like what you said, they will tell you to your face. So when something's not going to work out, they will let you know. But in Japan, you might have to ask around and do a little bit of figuring out. Time management is also extremely different. In Japan, they are super strict. You need to bring the package the second we say it's going to be brought, because in Japan, they're taking things from one warehouse to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, to like 25 different places. So when you have all these one-day delays, it adds up to just months of nothingness. They're extremely strict about deadlines, like I just said. The last-minute changes can completely screw up that month-long supply chain, and they absolutely hate when people are late and messing up their schedule. While as in the US, we are a lot more flexible with deadlines. We kind of change things as we go, and we kind of just go with the flow, as they call it. The last and another huge thing that is different is the relationships. In Japan, relationships with a supplier, with a consumer, a customer are a lot more important than they are here in the United States. They build trust with each other over time. They have a good working relationship. This can matter just as much as the actual legally binding contract does itself. Because when you're constantly dealing in markets with snakes and with people that want to just rip as much money from you as they can, you really have to make sure you're doing business with the right people and the right people are handling your product. So, because of all these differences, learning about a country's culture, especially before working with them, is extremely important. It can help avoid confusion, avoid delays, and especially misunderstandings when you're coming into the deal with different expectations. Understanding how these suppliers are communicating with each other, how they're making decisions, and even handling their own time, it's going to allow buyers to better plan and reduce their risk. In conclusion, what I learned from this project is that the international purchasing process isn't just about making money and money. It's not just about the contracts. It's about your relationship with your consumer or with your business buddy.